My name is Alan Klump. I'm the Executive Director of the Palmetto Nuclear Coalition, and my job is to work with our founder, Ethel, and working with the private sector to advance nuclear power in all of its forms. The organization was really started through conversations that have been happening over years through Ethel, our founder, who's talked with both private sector stakeholders and state lawmakers about the need for more power generation in the state. Last year, Ethel helped host the South Carolina Nuclear Summit, and that really brought a lot of these stakeholders together and got us closer to the vision of what we need to do to take South Carolina to the next level and be prepared to do that. The Palmetto Nuclear Coalition was formally launched in May at the governor's mansion, and we had stakeholders and from the private sector, from lawmakers that were there to really celebrate this new initiative, to come together to outcompete every other state in the country in the deployment of nuclear power and resources and assets here in South Carolina. Well, first off, South Carolina, over 55% of our power generation comes from nuclear power, which is a major outlier in the country. We're in the top 3 in the country as far as nuclear power generated by state. The history goes back to the Savannah River site, where the facility was used to help protect our country during the Cold War. And that opportunity to have that facility here in South Carolina brought amazing expertise and resources to the state, and translated to building nuclear plants throughout the state, from the upstate to the Midlands. And so we really have a diverse nuclear energy economy here in South Carolina. We also have the Westinghouse fuel fabrication facility, which is an incredible national asset. Just about 20 years ago, the Savannah River site was given national lab status by the federal government. And then most recently, we have the SC Nexus Federal Tech Hub designation. So when you look at the energy that's produced here, combined with the assets that we have and the companies that are wanting to come to South Carolina, we really have a unique situation in the state. What we're seeing is a state like South Carolina that's growing. We're seeing an increased need for energy demand naturally. At the same time, we're having certain power sources that, just based on their lifespan, are coming offline. A lot of those are coal. So you're decommissioning power resources at the same time you're needing to create more power coming to the state. And that dichotomy is creating some problems. And we want to make sure that South Carolina doesn't have to turn a business away that wants to operate in the state because we don't have enough energy. And again, that conversation comes back to nuclear power and how nuclear can be a solution to solving that problem. One of the things that we've seen is there is a national race taking place right now across the country for different states that want to be known as the #1 hub for nuclear power technology and innovation and deployment in the country. And South Carolina, based on the assets I was just talking about, we are better positioned than any other state in the country to have that designation, and we want that. And so what our founder, Ethel, has done by putting together the Palmetto Nuclear Coalition, and what our founding members have done, is we want to jumpstart the conversation, take the assets that we have here, make sure that we're streamlining that with the work that's being done in the General Assembly, and how can we best position ourselves to be a nuclear innovation leader in the state. And that includes technologies that are proven today, like building AP1000s at sites like BC Summer. It includes deploying used to be futuristic technologies, but realistic technologies like small modular reactors, SMRs, at retiring facilities right now. It also includes more ambitious technologies like fusion reactors, which again are a few years down the road, but the fact is you're seeing private sector investment going after those dollars right now, wanting to find homes for these companies, and I can't think of a better place for those companies to call home than South Carolina.